y'all, and I hope everybody had a great, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since Fred and I have been on. I've had a crazy 2 weeks. We'll talk about it. This week, Fred is brought to you by IdealTraits. IdealTraits, better hire, better business. Freddie, my man, what is popping? My brother, it has been a long 2 weeks, my friend. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man. Lot to discuss. You were bopping around like a socialite that you are.
I was bopping around. It was ridiculous.
I want to hear all about Dubai and all the rest of the places that you went to.
I stayed a little more local than that, but not too much. But we got a lot to talk about, Fred. Obviously. Yeah. We'll dive into as much as we can in the time that we have. We got some football. Obviously, while I was gone, both of our teams struggled drastically, which was interesting. I got a chance to go to Fenway, Fred. I was in Fenway.
Yes, you did. That was awesome.
So first time, obviously, I was down there for fraternity brother's wedding. Right. And so I thought it was kind of suiting now that I got to take my first trip to Fenway that we bring on a Red Sox fan. And ironically, our sponsor, IdealTraits, they said, we're going to bring on Nolan because Nolan is a huge Red Sox fan. And he said to me while I was playing an invitational at Indianwood, biggest tournament of my entire life, not biggest tournament of Nolan's entire life. He actually played competitive golf. He probably laughs at flight 8 or flight 9 at Indianwood. But let's, and without further ado, I'm bringing on Nolan Duda from IdealTraits. IdealTraits, better hire, better business. Nolan, welcome to It's Monday, y'all.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. I appreciate it. I love scrolling. I see it on Facebook, this session, and I do try to watch as much as I possibly can. And that is true. I did say to Brad on the range, I said, hey, I see that you're Freddie, your co-host, or however you'd like to describe it. He's always wearing the Yankees hat. When can we come talk about the Red Sox and the Yankees? And there's no perfect time, right? Because we get to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4-game series, massive. But I do have to comment, Indianwood Invitational, all flights are created equal. And Flight 8, Brad, is one of my favorites because you're in Flight 8. So
I believe it was Flight 9.
Oh, Flight 9. Sorry. Flight 9 gets all the love. Gets all the love. Yeah. So
all flights are created equal. I love it. Yeah. I love it. All right, Fred. Well, first of all, I guess I have to ask this question, Nolan. What you grew up in Michigan?
Sure.
Yep. If I remember correctly from our talks on the golf course, you were from like the Coldwater area.
I am from Coldwater. Yep. So small town in south central Michigan, I suppose, like 16 miles above the Indiana border. It's only got like 10,000 people. So yeah, I'm a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan too. So I go outside the state for that as well.
Wow. So what made you a Red Sox fan?
So growing up, we lived probably like 2 hours from Detroit, I would say. And we just, didn't go to a lot of professional baseball games like when I was growing up. My dad was big on experiences. So we would go to Comerica or Tiger Stadium, whatever it was called at that time. But we would also go to all the different parks, right? So I've been to Old Yankee Stadium as well as new. I've been to, obviously, Fenway Park several times and just a bunch of different stadiums. But my dad was a big fan of Andy Pettitte and Bernie Williams growing up. So he had some, he drew to the Yankees a little bit too as well. Big Derek Jeter guy, nonetheless. But all those guys have since retired. So my dad is now a Tigers fan, of course, as he sort of switches back. But at the time, I would, being the middle child and, kind of the relationship between a father and a son, one, it was, of course, kind of wanting to just be like, I'm a Red Sox fan, Dad. Look, the Red Sox are beating the Yankees. I guess for the last 20 years, that's, the Red Sox have kind of had the upper hand with World Series, but, that's another thing. So that's sort of where it starts. And then we went to Fenway when I was probably like 10. And that place is electric. Like I saw Julio Lugo hit a double off the wall in the bottom of the ninth against Mariano Rivera to win the Sunday series against the Yankees. And I mean, it was game over at that point, right? Like you see Fenway erupt, you see sort of how the fans operate. And that's something that I've always had an attraction to. So now I make an effort to go to Fenway every year. So I'll be going September 25th through the 27th, I believe the dates are, where they actually play the Tigers final series of the year. Yeah.
Nice. So basically what I got out of that is your dad was a Yankees fan.
Yep.
You didn't like your father, and you decided to be a Red Sox fan.
Correction there. I love my father. But I do love to have that, that competitive spirit, right? Like that's,
For sure.
That's sort of what it stems from. Like he could have been, I guess like a Dodgers fan, and I would have liked the Padres. It's just kind of how it works out. You know what I mean?
I love it.
So
I got to ask, Fred, we haven't been able to talk about baseball in 2 weeks because I've been, as you socialite all over the U.S. at this point, and they have been struggling as of recently. How did they do this weekend, and what's your take on this upcoming series and how big it is? And then we'll go in there. We'll get Nolan's point of view, and then we'll come up with some sort of bet because Nolan is going to come on and we're going to talk about the outcome of the series. Fred, how confident are you, and where do you think you guys are at?
I'm feeling pretty good lately. Swept the Cardinals, no big deal, but like 2 or 3 of the Twins. So, 5 of the last 6. Not bad. Still, just getting back from, Judge still not in the field. I mean, dude, the whole year all banged up, and I've been telling you that since the beginning. It's just like,
right.
But it is what it is. So like, like no excuses. Half game behind the Sox and the Mariners. 5.5 behind Toronto. Like, I'm not nervous. Like, I think that we most likely get a playoff spot. Like, and that's all you can ask for, really. Like,
right.
So, but yeah, I feel good right now just because, I mean, Freed got banged up, but like, it is what it is, dude. Like,
now,
but right now it's good. Like, I mean, this week is gigantic, obviously. 4-game set with the Sox. And so we'll see like where they stand. And
now,
and
Fred,
like, let me say this, Nolan. I'm a baseball junkie. So like the whole hatred with the Sox and stuff like that, I think I outgrew the hatred part. Because I'm like a baseball junkie. I've been to Fenway. Fenway's one of my favorite stadiums. It's an amazing fucking place. I will not fucking scream fucking Sweet Caroline though in the 8th inning, like with the rest of the fucking trash. But
you see that hatred, Brad? That hatred.
See, it's really starting to come on. You just give them a little time to talk, and then it just comes.
Yes. But I mean, to be honest with you, I like the players. I like Rafaela Story. Like I love Duran. Like I love the team. Like like the guys. Like as a baseball fan and stuff like that. So like that's the thing. Like I like Duran. Yeah. Like I Roman Anthony. I mean, total stud. Like I mean, you have our catcher. Which we'll see how he pans out. I would love to see him play well. So that part of it, like I don't hate like that hatred thing. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I think it's the other way around a little bit more. I think Boston hates the Yankees more than the Yankees hate Boston. That's how I would feel. But I don't know. Like, I'm not, I'm not from the South Side or but I've been there.
What is it that you always say that Boston, like baked beans, Donna Summers?
There are 3 things I love from Boston: baked beans, Boston cream, and Donna Summer. In no order, with Donna Summer being one. but like the baked beans and Boston cream are a toss up.
Yeah. Now, Nolan, do you know who Donna Summers is?
So I listened to, of course, the one that I was tagged into where it was made mention that I might be coming. And of course, happy to be here. And I did not know who Donna Summers was. So I did look up who Donna Summers was. Yeah. And
so explain to us who Donna Summers is.
Well, I need to do it again because it's been 2 weeks. So
because I have no clue.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious, Fred.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing on Donna Summers. Nothing.
Wow.
We're younger than you, Fred. You have to understand that. I'm younger than you, and Nolan is younger than me.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
We're so in our age. All right.
Yeah.
So, Nolan, why don't you give me some insight on how you feel this series is going to go for the Yankees, and maybe comment on a little bit of, well, Fred says Boston hates Yankees more than Yankees hate Boston.
Yeah. I mean, it might be true. Again, like I don't live in Boston. I haven't been to a Yankees Red Sox series in a while. It's been several years. So, but I do know that when I was at Fenway and they were playing the Yankees, the Red Sox fans do not like the Yankees, right? And I think it's the same way the other way. I think like if you're at Yankee Stadium and they're playing the Red Sox, I think it's the same. You know, like it depends on where you're at and kind of in the moment. But what I will say is I agree with Freddie. I do think the Yankees are going to make the playoffs, of course. I don't see a world where they don't. And I think the Red Sox are too as well. And they are two teams I strongly do believe that the Tigers, the Astros, and the Mariners, they don't want to see in the playoffs. Like they are the teams that have the most, I guess, upside, in my opinion. But it's been a roller coaster as a Red Sox fan. I mean, we traded away our cornerstone piece to the San Francisco Giants for, I mean, a couple of guys that, I mean, the one guy, Jordan Hicks, he can't throw a scoreless inning. So it's like you kind of see that, and that's tough to see. And then the trade deadline, nothing really happens. But Breslow keeps saying that they're going to keep winning, and they kind of do. So I'm optimistic. I think that Cora, he had realigned the pitching rotation to throw Crochet as well as Bayo and Giolito against the Yankees. So I think we have 2 big games against the Orioles before we get there. Because if we have Dusty May pitching and Walker Buehler. I mean, he gives up 6 runs every time he steps on the mound. So we need to win those 2 games first, and I'll feel a little bit better going into the Yankees series. But if it came out to where it was, they split 2-2, I think that both teams are in a really good spot to win. You just can't lose 3 of those games. That's where I see it for the Red Sox. Like if you lose 3 of those games, you make your rest of your season so much harder because you got to play catch up at that point.
You're digging out of a hole.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about because it's just 1 game, but like you can't give up 3.
I mean, Fred says this all the time, and and it's very cliche to say that every game counts. But when you look at these situations where we're now a half game between the 2 of the teams, obviously I believe it's Toronto who's starting to make a pull away from that division. But every game does count. Every game does count because it always ends up coming down to it. So we have to come up with some sort of bet between you 2. And it's got it. The winner has to take 3. If you guys take 2, it's just like, kissing cousins type shit. Like whatever. That's kind of boring. But this was my idea. Fred shot it down immediately because he didn't want it. But if in fact Boston wins the series, Fred has to wear a Boston Red Sox hat on the pod, and vice versa. If the Yankees win, then Nolan will have to wear the pod the following week. Now you are responsible to purchase your own hat. Nobody will come in. Fred, can we get you on board with that unless you have another opportunity? But Fred just refuses to wear a Boston hat, and I don't know how this is going to go if he went. And I'm assuming the same for you, Nolan. Unless you guys got another option.
I mean, I would commit to that. I mean, yeah, it would be hard for me to do, but like, yeah, I mean, I could probably, I think I could get through a small segment of the show with the hat on.
Fair enough. Nolan, can you commit to that?
I mean, I'm not going to walk around all day like a doot-to-do, like just in my Dale on.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this picture. I sent this to my team because they give me a hard time for I talk about the Yankees, I'm not a Yankees guy. So back in the day, I don't know if you could see this, but like that's me and
Oh,
my
look
two
at that.
brothers.
Well, that's because you're dead.
Well, no, you see them. Those are my two brothers right there in Yankees hats. And at that age, I refused to put on a Yankees hat.
What hat do you have on?
That's just a New York hat, just an NY, not a Yankees hat. Yeah, a little bit different. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. And I think too that maybe we could do a little bit of a, like if a team takes all four, you got a little bit more there, right? Because if somebody gets swept, I mean, that's going to hurt pretty bad, right?
Yes.
But then maybe there's a little bit more into it if a team gets swept.
What ideas?
Ooh.
I think that's going to be rare. There's no way one team's going to walk away with all four, so it's got to be really good.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. It's just sometimes when the Yankees go bad, they go bad, man. Like
it is. And I feel it's the Tigers too. Sometimes, like if we lose, it's bad. Like what is going on? Like it's like 13-2. Like yesterday, for example, I was out riding my motorcycle. I'm like, I'm gonna come home and watch the second half. It's like the second half of the game. It's like 8-2. I was like, fuck this. I'm watching Scottie.
Yeah. I would say even like if it happens, I mean, jerseys have gotten so expensive these days, but it's like, Fred, I don't know if you're good with this, but I'd be willing to buy you any Yankees jersey you want within like I won't buy you a signed jersey that's like brand, but like I'll buy you like a jersey worth up to $250, so if the Yankees sweep the Red Sox, or if the Red Sox sweep the Yankees, I send you the jersey that I want, or you send me the jersey that you want. We can agree, like we don't got to get crazy about it, but we could do that too.
Yeah, and I would be down with that, but like also
shit just got real on here.
I would say this though, Nolan.
Yeah.
The loser actually picks the jersey though. Like, because if you're going to spend the money, like, let me pick your guy.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, like
I would just say like, it's you got your team took all four. You've been wanting, this jersey, maybe an Anthony Volpe jersey, since he's such a great shortstop. That's what we want. So I would, get you the Volpe jersey, or whatever it may be. Right.
Yeah. I think,
either way.
I think there's a couple sites with some replicas under 100.
Yeah.
I might have a line on that. Stay tuned. I'll start a group text here. But all right, I love it. I love it. So, just to recap, if the other person's team wins the series, they have to wear the hat on the pod. If they get swept, the opposite person purchases the jersey of their choice for that particular team.
Yep, I'm good.
I love it. All right, I know, Nolan, I know you got to get back to work. Thank you for jumping on. I can't wait till next week. This is going to be awesome. I appreciate it. And then we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Brad. Freddie, good meeting
you,
man.
Buddy. Take care.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. You too. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
That's going to be huge. I love it. Now I'm excited. Now I'm going to watch every single game, and we'll see what happens. But let's get into more, because there's a lot we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks. I'm sending you show notes like we always do, and all you come back to me. You don't comment on shit. You don't give me any insight. You respond with what?
TS12.
So I have to look and Google TS12 because I have no idea what Fred's talking about. Fred, why don't you elaborate on what has you so excited right now?
Well, I think it was the biggest news of the past this summer, basically. Besides the Summer I Turned Pretty coming back, I think this is probably the next biggest news that came out is TS12. Mother did it again. The Life of a Showgirl. It will be coming out October 3rd. She announced it on the Heights podcast with
which blew up, by the way.
Over 1.3 million views in an hour.
Insane.
Pretty excited about that. And
so your excitement, let me clarify this. Your excitement lies in the fact that they announced the date as to which they are going to release it. Not that it's released, the date as which it's going to reach, which is October 3rd.
Yeah, well, I mean, when Mother does things, it's very calculated. So, and there's probably been some Easter eggs along the way. But yes, everyone. I mean, as a Swiftie, you just sit around and wait for Mother to, release, like, and give us more love. So, it's just, as a Swiftie, it's like, it's giant news. It's I mean, October 3rd will be Liberation Day. I mean, it will be it if anyone's working that day, they're a fucking idiot.
Right.
So
now, what day? I don't have a calendar for what day of the week does October 3rd fall on?
I don't have a calendar with me right now. And I don't. You know what, Brad? I didn't look it up. You know why? I don't care what day it is.
Ooh.
I don't care what day it is. That's the thing. Like, no call, no show. Like, I don't care. I know you got meetings and you got this and that and clients and shit like that. October 3rd comes around. Go fuck yourself. See you later. I'm going to be listening to The Life of a Showgirl on repeat all day long. And that's it, because this is, it's big. It's like, in comparison to the folks out in like Michigan, maybe this would be like if Ted Nugent came out with a new album, or Kid Rock. Like, just think of the excitement in Michigan.
Nugent. So October 3rd, I looked it up. October 3rd is actually a Friday. So this is perfect for you, Fred. You can go in a long weekend. Again, perfectly calculated by Mother, right?
I mean, she's Mother. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but
let's go back to, you also said guaranteed at least six songs.
6 of the 12 will be number one hits. I will predict also the song, the album titled song, Life of a Showgirl with Sabrina Carpenter will break records. That's going to
be the biggest one.
It will break records. It might break the internet.
Okay. So I was, obviously taking show notes, and my older daughter, Morgan, was in the kitchen, and I yelled to her. I said, "Morgan, are you a Swiftie?" And she responds with, no, just no.
Oh my God.
She said, "However, I feel that you are, Brad." And I said this: I will not like put it on and listen, but if it's on, I'm jamming. I'm jamming. I'm not gonna lie.
I would like to see. We might have to get her on here on October 3rd or the week of.
Wait, you want me to get Morgan on here?
I want her to. I want to know what's in these kids' minds nowadays. I mean, what?
There is a 0.0% chance that I would ever in this lifetime get Morgan to show up on camera and actually speak.
Really?
Yes.
I just think that, listen, maybe tonight in passing, you throw it out there like, oh yeah, I mentioned it this morning, and it would be good if you just talked about it, because like as a therapist, I would like her to talk to me about this, because there's a problem. There's an obvious problem there, and I want to get to the root of it.
Fair enough. Moving on. 17 days, Fred. 17 days till football.
Yes, sir.
Are you fucking stoked?
Yeah, I mean, I always like, I'm fired up a little. It's the end of summer. That's the only,
that's the downside.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that, like, you don't want to rush it, because if you do rush it, yes, football's here and football's amazing, but that also means summer's over. And we have just over 2 weeks of summer left. And I want to try to enjoy that. But yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be awesome. I did catch some. I've been watching a little preseason here and there. I'm not too I'm not too invested. We not. I mean, I do like seeing the young guys and the guys trying to make the team. I mean, that's the main reason you watch the preseason games.
Right.
I haven't caught many. I mean, I've seen only highlights from the Steelers. Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves.
He's back.
He is back. Unfortunately, which
two touchdowns.
Who did Tampa?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, Teddy Two Gloves came in, threw up 2 touchdowns against the Steelers, and just walked off.
But I believe he said he shouldn't be playing, he should be coaching.
I mean, I don't know. This guy, I mean, if something happens to Baker and he ends up becoming getting in there, and I just feel like Teddy Two Gloves is just he might be throwing the ball a lot more, because as a coach you're always chucking the ball around and stuff like that, not backwards, palling around. So he might be sharper now than he ever was.
Never know. But that's actually a good segue, because I wanted to ask you this question. And obviously, we're hearing a lot of good things out of the Lions camp right now. They talked about how well we dominated Miami in the regular 1-1 practice, right? I don't really weigh much stock on the preseason at all. We're literally just putting pieces together, seeing what's happened. I'll tell you what, I'm extremely excited to see what Isaac Tesla does. I think he's going to be one of those surprise type receivers. Where he fits in this offense is going to be interesting. I know you and I went back and forth. Will he take Tim Patrick's spot and be the 3 or 4 receiver? I think he's such a good athlete that they're going to find a way to put him on the field. But the biggest concern here in Detroit right now is the backup quarterback. And now knock on wood, Goff has been exceptional. He has been healthy. We have not had that issue, but these things happen. I hate to even talk about it, but it's something you need to talk about. And with that being said, we had Teddy Two Gloves. Didn't work out for us to get him back. We're every single preseason game that we've had this year is we're seeing that. Fred, do you see this as a problem in Detroit? And what are the options out there? And are we not making a move because we're waiting to see what happens in Cleveland because there's so many there? What do you think? What's your thought on that?
My thing is this, and this is how I've always been. I've never cared about the backup, because if you have to rely on the backup, your season's over almost. How
about serviceable, manageable situations where you're not necessarily losing your quarterback, but you need him to step in for 2-3 plays or a game or 2, not the rest of the season? I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, 2 or 3 games in a division like ours is huge.
It's gigantic. Listen, but the thing is this. Listen, if Goff gets hurt and goes down, even if it's for 3 weeks or something like that, you got to write those games off. Or you just have to find a way to win 1 or 2, win a game here and there. It's not going to be, you're not going to have it. It's just, I never ever had the confidence to be oh, well, if Ben Roethlisberger goes down, we're straight, we're good.
No. Dude, you had Charlie Batch.
I love Charlie Batch.
Who doesn't love Charlie Batch?
But we had a bunch of other options here and there. But there is no expectation to win when you roll with a backup. It's there's no expectation to win.
But the plan for that position and the responsibility of that position, in my opinion, is to be a solid game manager and just get us through it, right? And I just don't think we have that right now. And I don't know if it's a huge concern, but it's definitely talk right now.
Kyle Allen did well this past week. I mean,
Are we going to say that Hendon Hooker is just a bust?
I don't think he gets I'm not sure he's going to get enough reps. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to call him a bust yet, but like,
could he be better on another team with better opportunity?
Maybe. I don't like, like all these guys, man. It's like the guys that didn't come right out and start or play, like it's like you never know. You have to wait sometimes years to figure that out. Like,
Right,
and like you said, if it was a different situation where, it's one of those rebuild years and no one really cares and the guy gets to play, that's awesome for those type of players. But like coming to Detroit, he's not playing.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think people thought that they were going to see a glimpse of hope in the preseason. And he showed a little spark to maybe be the next guy, not necessarily the backup at this point, but we have to start thinking about who's next, right? In the next couple of years, if we want this to run. But I was talking over the weekend with some friends that like, this is a weird position to be as a Lions fan coming into this season. The expectations are ridiculously high. In fact, I hate to even say maybe too high. And we were always like, we always took the off season of like, oh, hopefully I mean, back in the day it was like 8-8, 8-8 was it would get you in, right? And then, 10-6 back in the day when we were 16-game season. But now the expectation is extremely high. We lose a game, it's going to be like, we're a bust. Our window is closed. Like, these guys are riding with a lot of expectation. It's going to be an interesting season, to say the least.
I mean, I've heard this is next year's our year. Ever since I was involved with anybody from Michigan, and like I mean, it's time to shit or get off the pot, dude. As fans, so like. My thing is this: enough of that bullshit. I heard all the bullshit a couple years ago. They fucking shit the bed in the fucking NFC Championship. Then it was, oh, next year's our year. Okay, great. They blow everybody out and then get dumped in the first round. Then it's next year's our year. So, like, when do the fans take accountability and say, we're the same old Lions?
Stop. Fred.
No, when does that happen? Let me ask you this.
Stop. Hold on. Be very, very, very cautious when using that phrase on this podcast, because it you can't say same old Lions. You can't say it. You just can't say it. It's going to get bleeped out. Nobody's going to listen to you. It's not. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, I mean, it's like, but like enough of the next year's.
This is gonna be a long fucking season with you, Fred.
But next year's our year is such bullshit. It's like
this year. I said next year's our year because I'm talking about this year.
Yeah, but now you're saying that the expectations may be too high. But this is their year, though.
It is.
So Super Bowl or bust.
My expectation for this team is extremely high, but it's a very uncomfortable position to be in from the past. As a Lions,
but Super Bowl or bust.
It is Super Bowl or bust, Fred.
Okay, so now I'm glad you would admit that it's Super Bowl or bust.
It is.
Now my thing is no Super Bowl this year. Is it sell the team T-shirts? Is it what is the ramification? Like what happens if that doesn't happen?
I don't know. That's not even that's next year.
I know what happens. I already know.
I'm going to say next year's year.
And like as a fandom around the country or the globe, let's say, people get so sick and tired of hearing that bullshit that it sways the outside fan from even cheering for a team like that. I think they had a lot of people outside of Detroit cheering for the Lions 2 years ago. I think last year they had some people out. Now it's just like, yeah, that team from Wisconsin or Idaho, whatever, that, the blue team. Yeah, they're cool.
so full of shit. This team and this fandom is going to travel just as well as they've had the last 2 years. And over the past 2 years, because I know what you're going to say, it's going to be even bigger than what the Steelers fans, because I know Steelers fans are known to travel, but not like this. Not like this.
Yeah, listen.
You have a longer legacy, but the past 2 years, every single announcer, every single person makes a comment of the amount of Lions fans that are in those stands. Am I wrong?
No, they travel well now. That's fantastic. It's about fucking time. Like, dude, oh wow, we can go to away games. You guys just figured that out? Like, literally, you just figured out that you can go to away games? I mean, I'm telling you,
I've been to Arizona, I've been to Chicago, I've been to Tampa, I've been to New Orleans, and this year I will be in Lambeau.
Yes, opening day, and that's fantastic. But my point is, and I'm not even talking about the Lions fans. What I am talking about is football fans in general that aren't Lions fans at heart, right? I'm saying the support that they get, like the Lions are getting from the rest of football fans, right? And when you keep throwing out next year is our year and nothing happens, that dies. You will see that die. You know, like I heard this 2 years ago. I heard some dumb bullshit about if you're not cheering for the Detroit Lions are America's team, and you got to be like it's like Detroit fans are like begging other people to cheer for them. It's like, dude, that's so bogus.
I don't recall anybody saying that Detroit was America's team. That might be a Jersey thing.
I think I might have a text message of you saying that. But my thing is, it's like the Detroit Lions are the thirst trap of the NFL. Like all they want is like, look at me, the pick me, you know, they're the pick me team of the NFL.
Okay, Fred, you're getting a little carried away. But it's going to be. I'll tell you what.
Like I watched probably just as many Lions games as anyone else.
Well, you're different. You're built different.
Yeah, because I'm more realistic. I know reality.
Well, and that sometimes I'll be honest. For years, I was just hopelessly optimistic.
Yeah,
it's a little different now. All right, we got to talk about a couple other things, and then we'll wrap up for the day. Wow, Scottie Scheffler. I feel like we say this a lot.
What's that?
I feel like we say this a lot. Wow, Scottie Scheffler. His chip in on 17 was amazing. Like, this guy is, and going into the last day there of the BMW Classic, like, you're like, whoa, 2-shot lead. I think McIntyre had, like, I said right out of the game, like, there's no way he's winning this. Like, Scottie's going to run away with it, you know. And he did show that he was human by missing a fucking 3-footer on like 15 or 16, 14 maybe, I think it was. But you're like, okay, now he brought it within 2, but then just closed out on 17. I mean, the guy is just unreal.
Yeah, I mean, when we were talking about whose year it was at the beginning of the year, talking about Rory, it's Scottie's year. I mean,
yeah, there's no doubt about it. We were dead wrong. And in fact, when Rory won the Masters, we were patting ourselves on the back saying we called this, and now we're here saying, wow, we were way off.
Yeah.
Because Rory who?
Yeah, I mean, he shows up to some tournaments.
When he feels like it.
I mean, on the board. You know, and then sometimes he's not even close on the board. So, but Scottie's all over the board.
Just amazing. And just a good dude, too. Good dude.
Maverick.
And what?
My boy Maverick, dude.
You are a big Maverick guy. Who went 4 under yesterday. What's his first name?
Maverick.
What's his last name? Maverick McNeely. Yes, right. Maverick McNeely. I had to look him up when you were talking about him because I thought for sure he was from Jersey. That's how excited you were.
No,
but it's just the name.
I just liked his name. So like at the beginning of the year, I gave him as a dark horse when we were talking about this year's golfers.
We did. You did. I do remember that.
And
he
it was
your dark horse.
Val Kilmer.
Wait, one more time.
It was Val Kilmer had just passed.
So it was a dark time.
That was earlier this year, right?
Yeah, I think. Is it? I don't know.
And I chose Maverick because, you know, to pay homage to him with the movie that Top
Hollywood.
Gun, you know, like with the connection to Top Gun. So, yes, McNeely, dude, stud.
Well, let's keep an eye on him the next. I don't think he made the what is it, the PGA Championship or PGA Tour Championship, which is this week, where they take the top 30 players and they play for the FedEx Cup Championship. I think we all know who's going to win this. I don't think there's a shot in hell that anybody else does. I would be surprised, but I'm interested to see what happens this week. It's going to be fun. No cuts, just straight up.
And then so the next major, Bethpage, when is that? What week is that?
So that's the end of September. That's the Ryder Cup. Okay. So after last night, and obviously because that was the conclusion of the regular season, now we go into the FedEx Cup playoff, or that the PGA Tour Championship is now to determine the FedEx Cup champion. So they have, racked up all the points. And here's who is on the Ryder Cup team right now by accomplishments for the season. You have Scottie Scheffler, JJ Spawn, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. Those guys are automatically on the team.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have 6 captains pick. This is where you're probably going to see another controversial Justin Thomas pick. I don't think you'll see a Patrick Cantlay. Or not Patrick Cantlay, but Keegan Bradley, because I don't think he would pick himself. So I thought he was going to be on the team. I think that he was hoping to make it per the accomplishment and then pick the 6, but I don't see him picking himself. So I'd be interested to see what the 6 picks are. I know Justin Thomas is going to be on this team because of the numbers he puts up in the Ryder Cup, but he can't produce in the regular season. It's going to be controversial. I know it is. It happens every year.
How confident do you feel with our chances?
And obviously sitting on the couch watching golf last night, we're actually sitting on the patio watching golf last night. And, Harris English, Russell Henley, my wife watches just as much golf as I do. And she's like, who? So I'm a little, I think we have some holes. I want to see what our coach picks are first before I can give you a confidence level, because there's still 6 more people that are going to be appointed to this team. But being on home soil, being in New York, home crowd, that has a huge advantage in this tournament. I like our chances, man. I do, but I want to see who our coaches pick.
All right. Are you coming out for that?
What's that?
Are you coming out for that?
I don't know. We'll see. Because that being said, I've been on a couple of vacations recently. Why we were off the last 2 weeks. I was in Boston. I got to see Fenway. I went to Wisconsin to play some golf. But of all the golf accomplishments and everything, I got to give a shout out to Tom Bender, who drained 2 putts in the Northville Colts fundraiser on Saturday. I promised him I would mention his 2 putts that he contributed into our scramble. So again, shout out to Tom Bender, an old college buddy of mine. He said, put me on the pod, Brad, because I had made 2 putts.
Yes, put them on.
So I said I would mention it. I said I would mention it. But I'm telling you this, Fred, and we text while I was there. But if you guys are looking for a golf trip, Lake Geneva is the place to go in Wisconsin. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's like treetops on steroids with way more stuff to do on the Lake Geneva town. The courses are absolutely gorgeous. Food was out of this world. I couldn't tell you one bad thing about the trip to Wisconsin playing golf that I had. It was amazing. I would love to do it again next year if things work out, because there's more courses we haven't played.
I mean, golf trips are never bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I did get my new clubs out.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. What did you do over the past 2 weeks? I know we talked sports back and forth, but what did you do?
Lots of beach time, lots of pool time, obviously. Lots of busy house. Enjoying summer. It's been rough down here at the beach. I'm not sure if you have been reading anything about the Jersey Shores.
I have been out of town and not really paying attention to shit, to be honest with you.
So it's been really, really rough out here. The past 2 weeks, there's been probably 50 rescues, including 2 drownings.
Dang. Shark attacks.
No. It's the rip current.
So is it safe for you to be out there, Fred?
I mean,
even if you're doing it for the people?
Listen, no matter if you're doing it for yourself or the people, you always have to listen to the lifeguards. That's the problem here. What's happening is the rip current is very, very dangerous right now. If you don't understand rip current would be like if waves move towards the shore, but what happens is waves end up coming the other way.
So it pulls you underneath.
It pulls you out. So it would be like getting pulled out rather than pushed in. It happens a lot when it's in low tide as well. So you feel comfortable because you're out to your waist. But when you go too far, you get caught in the rip current. That pulls you out. There's a couple ways to get out of the rip current. There's only 2 ways to get out of a rip current. You never swim directly back in, because you're basically swimming against a wave, right? And
right.
It's just not something normal because waves usually go towards the shore. This is an undertow current that's going the other way. I was
going to ask you what the difference between an undertow and a rip current is, but they're very, very similar.
Yeah. So the rip current creates the undertow. So what happens is most people swim directly back towards the shore, and that's you lose all your energy because you're never going to get through the rip current, because it would be like me asking you to swim outward of the beach into hard waves. You would never make any ground, and the only ground you're making is because your feet are on the ground. But think of it the other way, where you can't touch, and you're trying to swim. Okay, so that happens. They've been telling people, they've been limiting the swimming spaces and limiting how far out you can go. But what happens is the lifeguards leave at 5, 6 o'clock. Beaches are still open. And a lot of that, the 2 drownings happened after lifeguard hours, 7:30, because you look out there, it's low tide, you know what I mean?
Still light out.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You go in the water, but the problem is there's no one around to save you. So, if you're at the beach and you are
the beach open if there's no lifeguards, like, why do they do that?
Well, because that's swim at your own risk, double red flags. Like you shouldn't be in the water. You're not going to take my post-dinner walk away.
Understandable.
So, and this is a big thing that's going on now. They want to close the beaches after lifeguards are gone, but the residents are like, no fucking way, because I walk on the beach. Like, you're going to tell me like, then they were talking about,
they just restrict it where you can't go in the water, but you can go on the beach. Like,
yes, they can do that, but now you got to monitor people, right? Think about, they're talking about giving out fines for anybody going in the water if it's dangerous conditions and you go
double red flag,
double reds. Nobody goes near it. But so we went to the beach last Sunday, went to the beach yesterday, but we went to the beach last Sunday when this kind of was like just kind of starting,
right?
This rip current issue, and Ava calls. She's already there. What time are you coming? We're on our way. She said, there's been 5 rescues. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah. So we get there in another hour. When we get there, she tells us there's been 9.
That's crazy.
So what is happening is, the lifeguards are telling you don't go past the sandbar because there's a little sandbar out there.
Yeah, for sure.
When you get on the other side of that, it's basically like you're going the other way, because that's where the waves are pushing. The sandbar is acting as if, it's just weird. It's a weird situation because the sandbar can be like at your knees.
The
water.
Sounds too dangerous, Fred. Sounds too dangerous.
So
I don't need the kids and you out there getting hurt.
There's been a lot of, jet ski rescues, buoys and stuff like that. But as of late, it had slowed down. There was 14. There was 17 over last weekend. And then this weekend, I think there was 14 this past week.
I'm more of a boardwalk kind of guy. Grab a slice and walk.
I was in there yesterday.
There you go.
But
there you go.
I was in there yesterday and I was listening to where the lifeguards were telling me how far you can go. Now, yesterday wasn't a body surfing day. It was high tide at like 2:30. So they were crashing.
They hit you with a whistle?
No. I don't even let them do that. I don't because I'm one of the people. Like I'm a resident here. I'm not these guys that just come down here and just run into the ocean. Yeah, let's go. Like you have to understand that's Mother Nature's not playing games like with you. And I always say this too. If it's bad, ain't no rip currents in the pool. So, go to the pool, just relax. No one's going to get hurt. So, but yes, we were in there yesterday. Mare didn't go too deep, or she was probably at her ankles. It was pretty rough.
Yeah, I can see her getting swept away.
Yeah. So, I mean, people getting knocked down. It's awesome to watch.
Send me some video.
I don't know. I totally disconnect when I go. Usually I leave my phone in the car. Usually in the parking lot. So, but yeah, I mean, I could probably, when it calms down, we got Pat and Dave coming at the end of the week and stuff like that. We're going to go to the beach and stuff. So hopefully by then this whole Hurricane Erin is gone. But, I don't know if you even.
Yeah, absolutely. I follow that.
Keep up on that. So it's not going to hit. It's not going to touch land here. It has been. The path is different now. They thought it was going to hit Jersey, Long Island, New England, but I don't even think so. That's supposed to be out here Thursday. So after that, it should be pretty back to normal-esque. But yeah, no, that's been going on for like 2 weeks, man. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Chef Anna's been texting, telling me, now I'll never go in there again.
Yep. I've actually recently hung out with Autumn and Gary, working some business together. So hopefully you're going to see some videos of us 3 soon. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
those
cool.
guys are crushing it. They're crushing it. Autumn's amazing. And it's amazing to work with, and just an already great person, man. They're just good people, and I'm super excited to collab some stuff with them here shortly.
Yeah, no, they're great people, and I got
to meet Baby Biscuit and Lordy for the first time the other day.
Amazing,
right?
Amazing.
So, all right, man, we got to wrap it up, man. We're a little over time.
Lordy's been to Beachcomber.
I know. That's what I heard. All right, Fred, it's been too long. Glad to be back on with you. I will see you next week. Obviously, next week's going to be a big week with the bet. Good luck, Fred.
We will see. Man. I feel good. I see a split.
I hope it's not a split. I hope we got it. We got to go. I hope it's not a split. Good luck to you, Fred. We'll be watching. We'll be texting. Take care, y'all. See everybody next week.